review. I hereby welcome everybody to this occasion. Please follow us as we do due diligence to this report. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. The next on the event is Chairman's remark by Mr. Sojini.
The Honorable Commissioner for the Environment and Water Resources, Mr. Tokunbo Wahab, represented by my brother, Engineer Zawan. Distinguished panelists, particularly our colleague from Ministry, from the Lagos State Safety Commission, and my structural engineer on the panel today. It's nice to have you again. The proponent, it's nice to have your team back here again today. My very able secretariat, thank you for the job being done so far. Our colleagues from the ministry who are here, I say good morning to all of us. To welcome us again to another session with technical review for a proposed development. It is, of course, heartwarming to see that project proponents in the state are submitting their projects to the EIA process, and particularly subjecting it to a review session like this. Like the Honorable Commissioner's rep has said, the purpose of this session is to take a critical look at the report submitted to the ministry, to evaluate its adequacy or otherwise, to make appropriate recommendations to the Honorable Commissioner as to decisions to be made with respect to the project. And I can assure you that we will do just that. And we will, of course, look at the report diligently. We will make recommendations that are unbiased. And of course, we will support and help the proponent to also put, to also be able to achieve sustainable development through this process. So on this note, I want to welcome all of my colleagues on the panel, and also recognize the presence of the representative of the executive chairman of Ikoyi local government, who just stepped in.
Thank you, sir.
And to say good morning once again. Thank you.
Thank you for the answer. So the next on the agenda is reading of the brief by the panel secretariat.
Good morning, everyone. My name is July Johnson from Environmental Assessment Department. The brief of the project. Brief on the project AI for the proposed Imeh development as number 18, Alexander Road, Ikoyi, local government area of Lagos State by Highscape Investment Limited. On the 16th February 2024, Mr. Highscape Investment Limited applied to the Ministry for Environmental Impact Assessment permit in respect of the proposed only repair development at 18 Alexander Road, Ikoyi community, local government area of Lagos State. Following the receipt of EIA studies terms of reference and registration of the proposed project by the proponent, the proposed project site was inspected on Wednesday, 16th March 2024 by officials of the ministry as part of the initial environmental evaluation of the proposal. The following was observed at the site during the EIA site verification. 1. The proposed project site is located at 18 Alexander Road, off Tumble Road, Ikoyi community. The proposed project site falls on geographical coordinate 6.452381 north, 3.449438 east. Existing facilities at the proposed site include Atlas Supermarket, Clear Essence California Spa and Wellness Resort, vacant plots of land and residential buildings. The proposed project area is predominantly a residential and commercial land use area. There was no evidence of archaeological sites within and immediate to the proposed project site. The proposed project had commenced at the time of the inspection of the site, and construction workers were seen on site. The AIA study center of reference was consequently approved by the ministry, and the proponent was directed by a letter dated 24th March 2024 to proceed with the AIA study, covering a one-season data gathering in respect of the project, taking into consideration all key and subcomponents of the proposed project. The ministry received both the hard and soft copies of the project draft final EIA report from the proponent on the 12th July 2024 for consideration. As part of the consideration of the draft EIA report, as well as the need to obtain the input of experts and relevant developmental project approving ministries in Lagos State, the permanent secretary on 27 August 2024 consulted a 6-member panel to review the adequacy of the draft EIA report and make recommendation to the ministry for an informed decision on the project EIA, which is holding presently at the LCCI Event Center along with Low Oko Avenue outside Geja. The panel members include the following: Mr. Sojuni Olasutomi, panel chairman; representative of the Honorable Commissioner, Ministry of Environment and Water Resources; representative of the Honorable Commissioner, Ministry of Physical Planning and Urban Development; representative of Lagos State Fire and Rescue Services; Engineer Dari, structural engineer; representative of the chairman, Etios and Google Nigeria. Thank you.
Thank you, Secretary. So the next on the event is the presentation from the proponent.
Mrs. Highscape, are you ready? Okay, so how do you want to go? Technical components of the project first, then the environmental components. 30 minutes, is that okay? So, Oga cameraman, you need to move your... I'm not sure Secretary is waiting for us to tell them to help us arrange something. I'm not sure. Distinguished panelists, we need to go over to the other side so we can be part of it.
Good morning, everyone, once again. And the project that we have had from the Secretariat, Highscape Investments Limited is the proponent, and is the environmental impact assessment of the proposed Imeh High Development at 18 Alexander Road, Ikoyi, Ethiopia, of Lagos State. So the project's outline is going to be project objectives, technical details. We also want to look at the environmental aspects, the ongoing mitigation measures at the end, and then the conclusion. So we'll go to the technical details first, and then we'll go to the environmental details.
Okay, good morning once again. If I want to go straight to the details about the architectural drawing, or let me say the project in general. It is a project of 33 floors. Then we are in that project. We are trying to make that project as a system. A system in the sense that we want to find a way of putting everything inside that building. So it means that we have a section for parking space, we have a section for apartments, we have a section for commercial, a section for public use. Commercial, for instance, like supermarkets, public use, like a clinic, for instance, clinic. Then we have also several. Okay, what I'm going to do is that I'm going to just give us the detail. The detail is that from the ground floor to the 5th floor, we have parking space, while from the 6th floor to 6th floor to the 6th floor to the 25th floor, we have apartments. Apartments varies. We have several apartments, like 5-bedroom flats and some other flats. And in essence, we have close to 20 units in 20 units. Okay, we have 20 units from 11th floor to 15th floor, 20 units, while we have another 20 units from 16th floor to 24th floor. Then we have also some duplexes because they are connected. Then the next one is on the 24th to 31st floor. We have 24th floor. We have crèche. We have pharmacy. Then 32nd floor. We have wellness for relaxation and gym. Then 34th floor, we have facility for the management. We have service room and clinic. So in essence, the project is located not far from the Ikoyi link bridge. Not far from the Ikoyi link bridge. Then we have also Alexander that is passing through. The project also has three different, one entrance, one major entrance, then 2 exits. Then what I can say about the project again is a project that we called the project Imeh, not only open tour, it's Imeh. And it is a project that we envisage that those people that are going to live within that premises, they don't really need to go out before getting some services. Then I want to give it to the structural engineer to talk more about the structural stability of it.
All right, thank you everyone. The structural aspect of this project has duly been handled, right from the foundation to the last floor. And as my colleague has rightly stated, the use of each of these floors, and that's how it has been taken care of in the design. There, displayed to us is the structural details as regards the piling work, and down we also have the columns, the beams, clearly stated. And the number of towers that is to be executed here is about 277 towers, and the method of construction is the CFA method of boring of the power, which has little or no vibration. Thank you so much.
Okay, so we'll continue with the other part, and which is basically the environmental. And for the environmental aspect, the description is there as it has been said earlier. So the objectives of the project is to maximize the operational efficiency, developing a secure high-end residential development with world-class infrastructure, and then also to enhance the standard of living, to provide core infrastructure and amenities to boost the standard of living. Also, environmental sustainability, to incorporate the natural and green environment, and the regulatory compliance, complying with all relevant local national and international regulations and standards. So for this project, the sustainability of the project has been viewed from the point of the technical sustainability, which we have talked about earlier. Also, the financial sustainability. The source of project is actually from private individuals and including bank loan, so which has been secured and guaranteed to ensure the smooth running of the project. On the environmental sustainability, the basic issues of wastewater treatment, wastewater has been handled, site landscaping and irrigational amenities. We also have a wastewater treatment plant that has been incorporated into the design. The construction of perimeter wall, including a gatehouse, then access road and other infrastructural amenities, as it has been stated. And it's also going to have a walkway and a lot of green area. The site analysis. Let me talk about, yes, the site analysis, the site plan. The total site area is 3,493.21 square meters, and the total built-up area is 789, while the total unbuilt area is 2,763.3 square meters. So the percentage of built-up area is 22.61%, and the percentage of green area is 10%. And so the total number of units that is going to accommodate is 52, and then the number of floors 33. So far, the total number of parking spaces for the residents is estimated at 296. And also, okay, the scope, the work scope, the preliminaries, procurement, mobilization, construction, and so this project has been phased under the pre-construction, the construction, and then post-construction phase. For the sampling points, there were 3 sampling locations for soil, for air quality, and a control point. This is the sampling map of the project area, the site, and including the view of the area. On the waste management plan and disposal, we have talked about the technical sustainability, financial sustainability, environmental, still under the environmental sustainability, the waste management and disposal methods, the demolition waste, control of particles, particulate matter, and all of them has been mitigated. All the impacts have been mitigated, and an environmental management plan has been designed and drawn for the project right from the pre-construction stage to the operational phase. We will talk a little more about that when we go into the EFP. Okay, so that's just the. Then on the waste management also, the estimated waste has been quantified and is still under review in terms of rubbles, and the main area of disposing the waste, disposal of waste has been designed in such a way that the waste will be reused. For instance, during excavation, the soil that is taken out will be used to do backfilling either on the project site, or when we cannot use it, we take it to other locations, and also the rubbles will be disposed of. Then we know that there will also be emissions, and duty of care has been taken to ensure that emissions around the project during the course of the project will not in any way affect by screening the vehicles that will bring in materials as much as covering them so that they don't litter on the way, because we know construction materials, especially concrete, sand, and can actually litter the environment, but arrangement has been made for that. It has been proposed and currently in use on site. Also, on the mode of work, operational hours of the project has been scheduled to be between 9 a.m. and 6 p.m. So there is no construction, there's not going to be construction in the night, or even on weekends, there will be no construction, so that there is no negative impact on the existing neighbors. So we want to look at the air quality results, the noise level results, the groundwater results, biodiversity and socioeconomic findings. Okay, these are the pictorial evidences of the sampling, the soil sampling, both the topsoil and the subsoil, and then the air quality sampling, the total station, while on site. So that's the pictorial view of the site. The project is currently at the substructure stage. Okay, so the gaseous emission also, we have looked at this is the analysis of the emissions, and this report was done in the wet season, and it was a one season study, but another season was used to benchmark. So carbon monoxide, oxygen, the volatile organic compounds, the suspended particulate matters for 2.5, SPM 2.5 and 2.10. The highest was 32 microgram per meter cube, which is far below the limit of 250. Also, the noise level at the point of the main impact of noise is the point, the drilling of the pipe, and the highest noise, the noise level reading was 88.7 decibel. So and there have been mitigation measures. So that is the peak of the noise. We also have noise levels of 65.1 and 75.3. So for the groundwater results, you see that the pH is within the range of 6.6, which is still within the limit. The TSS is also within the range. The TSS is 29.4. The soft oxygen is also greater than 4.5 milligrams per liter. Okay, this is the picture of the groundwater sampling as well as the laboratory analysis. While the laboratory analysis, this is the picture of the analysis in the lab. Large consult and scientific services was used for the analysis. That is the result being displayed. And okay, basically the environment, the site is actually a stop site. It's not a virgin area. However, still looking at so the site is actually a stop site, and vegetation, we just try to do a little surface water analysis, and these are some of the families. Then socioeconomic study. Socioeconomic study. Now the area, the interesting thing is that the area, the location of this project, it's an high-brow area, so we don't have we have more high-level income earners around the facility. It's just close to Banana Island and around Ikoyi, Alexander Road, Bodilon, but there were still some revelations that we had, the communities, and it's actually around the Ikoyi family setting. That is the location of the project, and is owned majorly by the Ikoyi family. And okay, and the interesting thing also is that this environment is a mixture of both residential, commercial, and commercial mostly, and high-rise buildings around. So we have quite a number of high-rise structures around the project area. So you can see from the result of the analysis, 89% is borehole, while 11% is just other source of drinking water. So basically the type of housing, this shows that a lot, the housing, cement blocks, construction, housing characteristics, 100% with construction materials, with material roofing, construction material roofing, aluminum roofing, corrugated roofing is quite on the high side, and we don't really have more of asbestos. The literary level is also very high. So this is the mitigation impacts for the project, covering the site preparation, the construction, and the post-construction phase. One of the impacts that we have seen that this project can have on the existing community is traffic, and then there has been a lot by the proponents. There are 3 entry points into the facility. So there are three gates. You can enter through the Alexander. You can enter. There are 3 exit gates just to ease traffic. One will be for entry, so that it doesn't impact on the main traffic on the main way. So traffic management plan has been taken care of. Also in terms of the stormwater assessment plan, there has been collaboration and consultation with the Office of Drainage Services, and to ensure that the design, and which has gone through approval, to ensure that the design for the stormwater has an outfall, and the outfall is within the flow that it is entering, that it is discharging into. Okay, the improvement of infrastructure. Okay, this is the environmental management plan, environmental and waste management approach. So basically, the estimation of the waste is more of concrete waste, and that is going to be used for filling within the project site, and then adjoining project site. Basically, the site does not go through demolitions, whereby we'll be estimating electrical waste, asbestos. Basically, it's a virgin land, but it disturbed. Now, let me just say that I said earlier there is a disturbed land, but it is an empty land, like you have seen in the picture before construction commenced. So the hazardous material management construction plan, the records shall be kept of all hazardous material on site, and also material safety data sheets maintained. Currently, also as part of the approach to ensure sustainability of the project, there is an HSC officer on site who monitors and also gives safety induction to workers and ensures that work permits are issued to be ensured that people use the right tools and also the right PPEs. Also, there is a monitoring arrangement to ensure the sustainability of the project. Okay, so in conclusion, we are gathered here because this report has been submitted and we know that it's going to be for decision making to contribute to environmentally sound and sustainable development. One thing is that the project proponent is committed to compliance with the laws and is evident in all the going through the approvals with physical planning, the Lagos State Building and Control Agency, and every other agency that is necessary to ensure the smooth running and the smooth sustainability of the project. So in conclusion, the proposed project is considered to offer substantial net potential and associated benefits to the environment, and is adjudged to be environmentally sustainable with all the plans, the mitigation plans, the environmental management plan, and the opinion is supported. This opinion is supported by this environmental impact assessment report as it benefits far outweigh the potential and social impacts. Thank you for listening. We appreciate it.
The next on the agenda is the payment transition question as regards to project presentation by everyone present in this event. Go to the panel for.
Do we have any online questions, please?
No, sir.
Okay. From participants, yes.
Thank you very much for your presentation. I have one or two questions here for you. During your presentation, you said wastewater treatment plant has been incorporated into the project. You did not tell us in details the capacity of the waste treatment plant. You didn't tell us the estimated quantity of wastewater that will be generated during the operational phase of this project, considering the magnitude of this project. Number two, you said that you did socio-economics, and you didn't tell us the methodology. You didn't tell us if you use questionnaire. You didn't tell us the number of questionnaire you administer, number of respondents, how the respondent was selected. You didn't mention that. If it is focus group utilization, you didn't mention anything about that. You also said you use well season sampling. You didn't tell us when, which month of the year was it done. And you said the result was augmented with the dry season report. You didn't mention the name of the report and the year it was done. So those are the few questions I have.
Any other questions from the audience?
Here, do you have any questions?
Yes, sir.
Chair?
Yes, sir, there are questions.
So, thank you so much, sir. Few questions to the consultant that presented the environmental that report. Basically, they are just comments. A few questions, yes. Number one question I want to ask you, sir. You showed us, in one of the slides that you had 3 sampling points, for all the biophysical components of the environment that you studied. Air quality, noise, soil, and what have you. Just 3 sampling points. I just want to be clear if, those points are where you get all the samples. Air quality, that same spot. Noise, it's noise on that same spot. Soil on that same spot, or they're spread. Then, so these 3 sampling points, do we also have the control inclusive? So maybe just 2 samples. 3 sampling points, control somewhere else. Okay. So then what informed that your decision to take just 3 sampling points? Is that the approval of the Ministry of the Environment that 3 should be taken? Okay. All right. Personally, I feel that's not adequate enough to represent, your study. Because in your what you said you consider the 2.5 kilometers areas of influence, and then you just having 3 sampling points. It's not adequate to describe the great environment and in so much great environment. Then, what I want to be specific about emphasize, which is not a question anyway but a comment, has to do with the standards you compared your results with. I saw, that for your PM 2.5 and PM 10, you quoted FMEV standard to be something 150 for PM 2.5 and 250. I guess it's microgram by microgram now for PM 10. That's not correct, sir. That's not correct. PM 10, in fact, firstly, FMEV does not even have standard for PM 2.5 and PM 10. They don't have standard for it. What FMEV has standard for is TSP, the total suspended particulate, which is a combination of all the fractional components of particulate, PM1, 2.5, 7, 10. All together, the standard is 250 microgram per ml. But for the individual fractional components, they don't have. The standards that you can use, you can reference the World Bank standard, you can reference the World Health Organization standards, which are far below what you have referenced. For instance, PM 2.5 is just, the daily standard is 25 microgram per ml, and PM 10 daily standard is 50 microgram per ml. So if you have compared those values you got on the field with this standard, then it's easy for you to compare. To explain now how clean or otherwise the air quality in that location is, instead of you comparing it to much higher value, which is not the case. Then number 2, in terms of standard that you use, the FMEV standard, it's about the knots. You also compare the values you obtain on the field with FMEV standard of 90 dBA. And that, made you to conclude that the values are well within the standard and there is no problem. It is important to note that that particular standard you referenced is for
8 hours of
industrial, yes, exposure of workers within an industrial facility to those heavy duty equipment. So workers will be exposed to 90 decibels for more than 8 hours. I expect that you would have referenced national standards, because national has standards, different national standards for different land use types. Okay? There is a national standard specific for residential, pure residential. There's one for mixed residential. There's one for commercial. There's one for industrial. And I want to believe that your project location perhaps is a mixed residential location or a pure when it comes to this level. But if you are comparing what you got on the field for your residential location with what should be used for industrial location, that will be a kind of what's it called? A misrepresentation of the results and what is obtainable at the location. Okay. Then maybe I skip this. I didn't see a environmental monitoring plan. So how do you ensure sustainability of your project in that environment? What parameters do you intend to be monitoring going forward the transferable implementation stage of your project? And at what frequency you'll be doing it, daily, weekly, monthly, quarterly, and who will be responsible for these monitoring activities? Thank you.
Okay. Secretary, are we done? Is that all?
Yes.
Okay. Panelists, you have your comments. Madam Fire, welcome. You have comments based on the presentation, not the report. Okay.
Yes. Good morning, everybody. Yeah. Please, I want you to limit yourself as per your study. You are going too far, like, it tells local government as a whole. I think I want you to limit yourself around the project area so that you can capture the actual data that you needed. Not going extra where it doesn't really matter to your particular project. Do you get it? And you also made mention of numbers of no, you didn't explain that why you are doing this. I saw that in the report that the number of questionnaire administered 30 for this kind of project. I think that is too low, far too low. 30 questionnaire. I think that doesn't work for this type of project. You get it? So I think I want you to work on that. And where a picture of Nigeria map, Lagos State map, and that of Etiosa. I think you should be able to identify on the local government map where the project site is located. It's supposed to appear on that local government map. Like you have the Nigeria map, Lagos State appeared on it. You have the Lagos State map, the local government appeared on it. So while you have the local government map, you are supposed to also identify the location of the project. So I think that's all for now. Thank you.
Okay. Good morning, everyone. Basically, of the report, I will go straight to the work done by the structural engineer staff. I hope I'm that committed.
You were talking about the presentation, not the report.
Yes, the presentation is the presentation of the structural text. So I just need to ask a few questions. If you can get according to the drawings, are you supposed to have a basement? But the presentation you did is not showing the basement. I don't know if you noticed that. It's not showing the basement, it's not showing the pile layout, and it's not even showing the pile layout, it's showing the pile cap layout going up, and showing the further details. It's not showing the basement wall, which means all the surrounding walls in the basement should collapse into the ground. I hope you understand what I'm trying to say logically. I'm just using my words like that. So it's not showing a basement, and it's just like you just have pairs of columns. I saw shaft walls, and I saw some walls also on your presentation. They are not void. So I'm guessing that they are all windbreaker walls. I'm guessing they are windbreaker walls, but the details is not showing them as windbreaker walls. It's showing them as a normal lift walls. But in your details, it's not showing as a windbreaker wall. You understand? The other details, I will go into it later when we enter the presentation.
Like presentation. Did you meet presentation? Where were you sitting?
When they were presenting, are you with us?
Yes, yes.
Okay. On Tuesday, I think I mentioned something about safety, and I didn't know that you were the one coming today. This project is a very big, and I don't like the fact that when we ask questions, you said that you are sure that the HSC people are charged. So I feel that maybe if there's going to be another presentation, safety is very important in this particular project. You should come along with somebody who can explain this aspect of safety first, like during the construction. Now, what is your evacuation plan in case there is any emergency? So I will need somebody who can explain that to us. So the safety plan that we are going to put in place in case there is an emergency during the construction stage and after. When you were doing your presentation, you didn't really talk, you didn't really talk much as in detail about the safety plan that you are putting.
Let me quickly chip in. One of the audits made mention of treatment plants capacity the other time. And in your presentation, you said you did not even talk about the type of treatment plants that you tend to use for the praise. Not even mentioned. I expected you, even if it's not mentioned, you need to kind of capture it in your report. Please, even if it's going to be the process alone, process sheet alone, we quickly explain to who is really listening to it what you intend to do there. Just one process sheet alone is enough. But by and large, you need to put that in your report, maybe as part of annex to or whatever. But try and include that in your report.
Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you very much. Just a few observations, and probably comment. My colleagues have echoed repeatedly the issue of the wastewater, because I imagine a 33-floor facility with that is for misuse, with lettable spaces but for public use. And then residential areas having duplexes, 5 bedrooms, various number of bedrooms. I imagine the volume of wastewater being generated or that will be generated per person or per household per day. You understand what I'm saying? So I do not think that we should gloss over this. I do not think that we should gloss over this. We need specificity. We need to know exactly what you want to do. We need to be sure that you are doing the right thing. So we need the capacity to be stated. We need the method of treatment to be stated. It's important. We need that. You won't gloss over that at all. And then you need to ensure that you got certification of the Lagos State Water Management Office. That's one. Anyway, if at the end of the day you are getting this ministry's approval, it's one of the conditions of approval. So that is very important, and you can't gloss over that. I observed that when you were sharing with us the land budget, you have a 3,000 plus square meters of land space, and you are building on 20-something% of that land, and you want all the facilities to be in that particular building. Clinic, the only thing you have not put there is school. Maybe you are thinking of putting school. You want the hospital to be there, everything to be in that place on a 20 or so percent. It's okay. But what I have issue with is our green area, your green area budget is not in compliance with planning regulations. You are giving 10% to green area. A gap planner, because check your planning regulations 2005. You sure? Okay, you can bring it out, let's look at it. The last time I checked, that regulation is not 10%. So go and check that before you leave here now, let's see. So that is one. During your environmental component presentation, you talked about doing some small surface water analysis. I don't understand. You said we did one small. I don't understand. I need to understand that. What do you mean by that? What is small surface water analysis? Is there a water body close to your facility? Will your facility interact in any way with water body? Is there a water body within your area of influence? If there is, then you don't need to do small. You do a thorough investigation of the water body. So the impression you are giving me is that so we need to know. We need to know if there is a water body, what is the name of the water body that you sampled? Is it within your area of influence? How do you intend to power this 33-floor facility? I'm still waiting to get that information you didn't give us. How do you intend to power it? I was expecting you to tell us. Because all of those facilities will have elevators here and there. You are going to put it on national grid. That means that the people in this Ikoyi environment are in trouble. They will probably not be having light very soon. So what is the power consumption? Do you have an estimate of what this facility alone will be taking at 3 floors from that environment? So we need to have an idea of that, because that is an impact. That is one impact you call impact of an existing infrastructure. So that's an impact, and you must tell us how you intend to mitigate that. How will you mitigate the fact that when your building becomes operational, other people will not suffer for you or for your facility coming on? that they will still have light to use? Are you going to have a meeting with Ikoyi DC to increase supply of power to that area? Are you going to have a separate transformer for your own facility? What are the discussions around the fact that when you come on board, others will go off grid? I don't know if you get what I'm saying. Yes, sir. So these are things that we need to know as part of the mitigation measures. 33 floor is not a small floor. You'll probably be second or third tallest structure when you come on board. Because there's somebody who is already getting first 40 floor on a super bad way. I think there's another one, 30 something. Maybe you'll be number 3 or number 4. So Amatushe, award winning. I am not so the structural man, sir. You spend like 2 minutes to tell us the structural details of a 33 floor building. I'm shocked. Less than 2 minutes to tell us everything you think we should know about a building that is going to 33 floors. You probably assume that all of us here are like engineer Dari, who can read those things. I can't read those things. I read chemical bonding and electrons flying around. Those are the things I can read. If those are the things you present, I can tell which electron is moving from which shell to another one. But that one you show me, I don't understand it. So, and you spend I was really look at my wristwatch, and then when you were done, I look at it again. Please, was there a soil test? Was there a geophysical survey that was carried out? What were the recommendations of the geophysical survey that was carried out? How did you arrive at the number of piles that you put there? How did you take a decision on the type of pile, CFA and board? How did you arrive at that? What were the criteria you used? Just to give layman like me confidence that 33 floor will not come down. You didn't do that. One that came down the other time, God forbid, was not even up to 33. He had 20 something. So from that experience, anytime we hear anything 30, fear, it is fear. Anyway, my house is somewhere in the Ogun State. I have go to, before we get to that area, I'm already in Benin. So, people are listening to us online. I'm going to expect that during your response, structural engineers, you will talk to us and allay the fears of people that will be around that facility. I think we should stop here. Thank you very much.
So, break. Okay. So we'll go on 5 minutes.
Okay, we're going on 5 minutes break.
Give me. This man is a MC training. Don't mind my training MC. It's me, his job. We'll go on 5 to 10 minutes break for you to stretch your legs, chat with your friends, and then to allow Highscape to put their heads together to be able to provide responses to some of the comments. And then we'll resume, we'll go into the technical session. Panelists, thank you very much. guys in place. Or you have blocked the exchange. You are not in the can't be so many people that one of them will be. That is a disrespect for us. It's not. It's disrespect for us. I'm going to believe you are not right. You're doing what you know. That's true. We can't invite you to come and you tell us that they are so highly busy that we can't stay 2 hours or 3 hours. You know where I stay? I stay in Ogun State.
You see, sir, actually, they can they come virtually, sir?
They cannot come here.
No, they will speak. I will they will talk.
So how do I going to connect them?
Just with my phone. They will start on their way. So all those things, sir, all those things that you are saying, sincerely, everything is like that. It's not as if everything is starting from this series that you are talking about. All that is designed for everything. It has got to state that we didn't know what this panel needed. It's diamond, I'm sorry, it's diamond in the first episode. It's diamond in the for
Okay. I've been conducting EIA immediately.
yes, I understand.
And I'm sure I must have attended with you this not once, not twice. When you are coming to a review meeting to the EIA for a facility, you make available the information that will help your case. You are coming to the EIA for the structural project. And you are not providing information about the structural integrity and stability. And you are telling me this thing exists. What exists that is not made from the structural exist around? It cannot exist and be a secret to you. It is. Because you're not giving it to us. Let me tell you something. Naturally, those things should have been added as addendum to the EIA report. So, to now say that they are existing and they should be here. This man is not a structural engineer. I mean, you're a structural engineer, but his position here is your environmental consultant. A structural engineer should be here to tell us what they are doing. They are so busy. But tomorrow, for 1 or 2 hours, shame and collapse. We are supposed to even stop that work until that approval. You don't know that what they are doing is violation. You don't know. Wait, what they are doing is violation. So they cannot tell you that the one who are getting the share. They should have stopped that job and get that approval before they continue. What are you doing? Not serious. Have you known Matthew? Don't make any case. Don't make any case because the more you are making this, the more you are getting me to be getting angry. Don't
Even if it's constitutional.